1. The case itself. Look, it all started in 2018. XXXTentacion, this young rapper who was on top of the world, was shot dead outside a motorcycle shop in Florida. He was only 20, can you imagine? The police caught 4 guys, Dedrick Williams, Michael Boatwright, Trayvon Newsome, and Robert Allen. They were accused of planning the robbery and murder. 2. The trial. This is where things get interesting. The trial lasted 11 weeks, almost 3 months. And the jury took 8 days to decide. That's an eternity in trial terms. Normally, if the case is clear, they decide in hours. But here, it seems they had doubts. 3. Williams' appeal. Now, Dedrick Williams is saying, wait a minute, that trial wasn't fair. His lawyer, Mauricio Padilla, is throwing everything at the wall. He says the judge made serious mistakes that affected the outcome of the trial. 4. The Drake factor. This is where things get crazy. Turns out XXXTentacion and Drake had beef before the murder. X had even said on Instagram something like, if I'm killed, it was Drake. Padilla wanted to investigate this connection, but the judge wouldn't let him. 5. The subpoena for Drake. Padilla tried to subpoena Drake to testify. They even sent someone to his mansion in Beverly Hills to serve him. But the judge blocked all of this. Padilla says the judge suddenly changed his mind, maybe because Drake is a superstar. 6. The gang expert. They had this guy, Jesse De La Cruz, a gang expert. He had found photos of Drake throwing gang signs, the same ones as one of the accused. He also discovered that people associated with Drake had been threatening X in his neighborhood just before the murder. But the judge wouldn't let this expert testify. 7. Drake's lyrics. This will blow your mind. After X was killed, Drake released a song called I'm Upset, with lyrics that said something about Louis bags for body bags. Padilla wanted to use this as evidence, but the judge said no. 8. Limitations on cross-examination. Padilla says he couldn't question witnesses the way he wanted to. For example, when he tried to ask about one of the accused connections to Toronto, where Drake is from, the judge wouldn't allow it. 9. Issues with phone evidence. The prosecution used cell phone data to place the accused at the scene, but Padilla says they didn't do it properly. They used a guy who wasn't really an expert to explain this data, which could have confused the jury. 10. Prejudicial statements. There was a moment when they let in a statement from one of the co-defendants about another crime. Padilla says this prejudiced all the defendants, not just the one who made the statement. In summary, Padilla is saying that all of this together made the trial unfair. He says Williams deserves a new trial where they can present all this evidence and really investigate all the connections. The crazy thing is that this shows how even in a high-profile murder case, things can get really complicated. You've got celebrities, gangs, conspiracies, it seems more like a movie than real life. Now they're waiting to see what happens with the appeal. If they win, we could see a new trial that would be even crazier than the first one. Imagine if they actually managed to get Drake to testify, that would be total madness. What do you think about all this, men? Do you think Williams deserves a new trial? Or do you think they're trying to distract from the real crime? It's a case that makes you think, isn't it?